Hello everyone, I'm Joe Ackourey, and welcome to the Fly of the Week. For this episode, episode 91, I'll be tying a CDC tan caddis dry fly. CDC, or called a canard, are a group of feathers located around the preen gland on top of the duck's tail. These feathers surround the preen gland and are completely waterproof, making it an excellent choice for tying dry flies and emergers. CDC feathers are another option for the fly tire. You know, we tie our caddis dry flies with deer hair, elk hair, and so forth. CDC is another option. So, without further ado, let's get started. All right, guys, here we go. The CDC tan caddis dry fly. Start by placing your hook in the vise, making sure that the shank of the hook is relatively parallel with your tabletop, and begin to cover the entire shank of the hook with thread. And stop right where the shank meets the bend, right about there. So now, CDC, or called canard feathers, are located on the base of the top of a duck's tail, and the duck will stimulate the preening gland and proceed to spread the natural waterproofing oils all around its body, making it relatively water repellent or waterproof. So the CDC feathers are located around that gland, and they make an excellent choice for dry flies, tying dry flies. So this is just another way to tie a caddis fly, or, you know, caddis flies are made from its mayflies. We use CDC, mayfly emergers, and so forth. Just giving you a little bit of a background on the feather. So, incredibly easy fly to tie, too. So we're going to start by building the abdomen, or the body. And again, this is a 1.5-minute fly, if you're taking your time. So for the abdomen, or the body, I'm going to use a tannish colored natural fur blend, and I'm going to begin to make my noodle, dub my noodle like so, nice and thin. I'm going to slide it right up to the shank of the hook and begin to build the body. So I'm going to make a slight taper, and to achieve that taper, all I do is keep leaning the wraps closer together to build a slight taper, like so. And I'm pretty much done with the body. I'm not going to overdo it. And I have a little bit of excess there, so I'm going to get rid of that. And build a nice foundation of thread to prepare for my wing. Good. All right. Looking good. So now for the wing, and the wing is going to be made from these CDC feathers. I'm using a tan CDC, and I'm going to use 4 feathers. There's a slight curve to the feathers. I'm going to curve them together. I'm going to line them up like so. I hope you guys can see that. Just take your time. There's the first set, and they're very even. I'm going to put one on this side. Take your time. It's a little tricky. Here we go. And now one more. And once they're lined up, we'll place them in that sweet spot. Okay. Looking good. So now we have our group of CDC feathers. There's 4 of them there total. I like the natural ends. I don't like clipping CDC. It just doesn't look good. So I'm going to draw an imaginary line straight up from the hook, the back of the hook, and that's the length of my wing. So I'm going to carefully pinch these CDC feathers together and make 3 or 4 good wraps, real tight wraps. Excellent. And there's my wing. And I'm going to build up a little bit, dam some thread up to the front, and then I'm going to clip off leaving a little excess for the head, like so, like the caddis head looks like. Guys, that's it. I'm going to take my thread and wrap it behind that little tuft of CDC and just tie my knot. This fly is done and ready to fish. Clip off your thread and carefully place a drop of head cement around the knot. There we go. So to dress this fly, you know, right now it'll float like a cork, and you know, until the first fish grabs it and slimes it. So what I like to do is dry it off, and I use Frog's Fanny. It's a great CDC floatant. Works great. It'll restore this fly and it'll float perfect again. So that's it, guys. The CDC tan caddis dry fly. Very simple, as you guys just witnessed, and very effective. I definitely and highly recommend you adding this to your arsenal. It's another way to tie your caddis flies. So yeah, the tan caddis, CDC tan caddis dry. So I want to thank you again for joining me in this episode of the Fly of the Week. And if you like the content I'm pushing out, please hit the notification bell and be sure to subscribe. Tight lines, guys.